Hello students of Standard 8. Welcome to DAV Moil Public School. I am your English teacher Jagruti Mishra. Let's begin our today's online session of English. Today we will continue with the same chapter of my English reader, Father's Help. Before proceeding further, let us quickly recapitulate what we studied in our previous session. Swami, like any other kid, does not like school and wishes that the school is reduced to dust by an earthquake. It's Monday morning and Swami lies to his mother to get a day off, and luckily he gets it. Trouble brews when his stubborn father is hell-bent on sending him off to school, even when Swami says he has a headache. From then on, we see the active imagination of a boy who conjures stories after stories against his teacher Samuel, the atrocities on students so that he is not sent to school. But all of it goes against him, and now he is on his way to Albert Mission School with a letter from his father which he has to deliver to his headmaster. Dear students, in this lesson you will come across many difficult words. Here are their meanings. Blandly, it means gently. Desolate, miserable. In half languor means with a dull mind. Obstructive means difficult to understand. Scowled, looked angrily. Blenching, showing signs of fear. Swami went to school feeling that he was the worst false witness on earth. He wasn't at all sure if he had been accurate in his description of Samuel. He could not decide how much of what he had said was imagined and how much of it was real. His head was dizzy with confusion in regard of Samuel's character, whether he was good or bad, whether he deserved the allegations in the letter or not. As he approached to the school building, he realized that he was ruining his teacher. Probably the headmaster would dismiss Samuel and the police would chain him and put him in jail. For a moment, he was very angry with his father and wondered why he should not fling to the gutter the letter of a man so unreasonable and stubborn. As he entered the school gate, an idea occurred to him. He wouldn't deliver the letter to the headmaster immediately, but at the end of the day, there was nothing wrong in it. If the letter was given at the end of the day, there was a chance that Samuel might do something to justify the letter. Swami stood at the entrance of his class. Samuel was teaching arithmetic. Swami stood hoping that Samuel will beat him now, but he merely asked, "Are you just coming to school?" Swami replied, "Yes, sir." For this, Samuel said, "You are half an hour late," and asked why you were late. Swami wanted to reply, "Just to see what you can do," but he merely said he had a headache. So Samuel said, "Then why did you come to school?" This was not expected question by Samuel. Swami replied that his father didn't want him to miss the class. Samuel got impressed and said, "Go to your seat and sit down." Swami went to his seat with a bleeding heart. He had never met a man so good as Samuel. Now Samuel started inspecting the home lessons. Swami's turn also came. He was asked about the homework. Swaminathan replied that he didn't do the homework because of headache. Samuel was very tolerant and gentle that day. He made him sit without any punishment. The period came to an end. The last period for the day was again of Samuel. He came this time to teach them Indian history. The period began at 3:45 and will end by 4:30. When the clock struck 4, Swami became desperate. At that time, Samuel was teaching Vasco da Gama's arrival in India. Swami suddenly asked at the top of his voice, "Why Columbus not came to India, sir?" Samuel replied, "He lost his way and don't shout." Swami replied, "I am not shouting. This is my original voice." Again Swami started disturbing the class and shouting again. The teacher was puzzled by Swami's strange behavior. Swami felt that with a little more effort, Swami could be made to deserve dismissal and imprisonment. Now, when the period was about to end, teacher wants to spend few minutes putting questions to the boys. But whenever he was asking the questions to other students, Swami used to disturb by shouting and by giving wrong answers. This made Samuel very angry. He warned him several times, but Swami was not at all listening, and he became so angry he called him and gave him half a dozen cuts on each palm with the cane. Swami was very happy. Though his hands were smarting, he picked up his book as soon as the bell rang, and the letter which was lying in his pocket ran to the headmaster's room. But he found it locked. He asked the peon, "Where is headmaster?" The peon told him that he has taken afternoon off and won't come for a week. So Swami asked, "Who is in charge now?" "Assistant headmaster is now in charge," said the peon. So Swami asked, "Who is the assistant headmaster?" Peon replied, "Your teacher, Samuel." As soon as Swami heard that Samuel is assistant headmaster, he fled from the place. And when he came back, his father asked, "Did you give the letter to your headmaster?" Swami said no. His father asked why. Swami gave lot of answers that headmaster was not there, he had taken afternoon leave, but his father was not ready to accept the answers. He said to him, "You are coward and you deserve Samuel teacher." Now let us quickly recapitulate what we studied today. On his way to school, Swami felt that he was the worst perjurer on the earth. Apart from the hearsays, there was no knowledge of Samuel's qualities within his mind. To justify what has been written in the letter, he wanted Samuel to do something, so that he decided to deliver the letter at the end of the day. When Swami reached his classroom, Samuel was teaching arithmetic beyond all his expectations. Samuel permitted him to enter the class. Thereafter, Swami was deliberately provoking Samuel, whereas all his efforts were of no use. The arithmetic period came to an end. In the last period of the day, when Samuel came to teach Indian history, Swami played all his high tricks and his skills to the fullest possible extent to enrage Samuel. Without being able to tolerate Swami unwanted questions and yells, Samuel caned him. Being jubilant, he rushed to headmaster room, but found the room locked. When curiously asked about the headmaster, the peon informed him that the headmaster would be on leave for a week. Asked him to hand over the letter to the assistant headmaster, who was Samuel. Hearing this, he fled from the place. As soon as he reached home, hearing Swami's excuses, father reproached him, calling a coward. Father tore the letter into pieces, commenting, "You deserve your Samuel." Dear students, based on our today's topic, here is a short assignment for you. Have a nice day. Thank you.